See, everyone at work knows too. I can't give an answer without giving a long-winded answer first. I've gotten better in giving you the answer first and then the long-winded thing, but that's not how it
you
works.
And every other woman in the world.
Hey, I will admit I'm worse than most women. I tend to babble with sometimes no point at all. You're just not listening to women well enough if you think there's no point.
Why would I want to listen to them?
I'm staying out of this conversation.
I mean, what if we put our tits in your face? Then that's a reason to listen, right?
I guess. I don't know. Seen one pair of tits, seen them all.
That's a lie.
Actually, that's a huge lie. I've seen some that go like they're just pointing in all opposite directions. Sometimes you see a crazy pair of tits.
Hi, guys, and welcome to More Salt. We're just kind of kicking it today. Joined today by Chef Joe and Liz. How are you guys doing?
We're here.
Say we're going. We're making moves in life. Actually, I think all of us to a degree are making moves in life.
Trying. We're at least trying.
I say, Joe, what moves are you making in your life?
So what we're talking about earlier today.
How's the rrestaurant?
Yeah, it's going about 3 weeks in since our grand opening. Things are going smoother, which is good to see. Once again, just talking about, a lot of things that I'm learning these days and aspects of the kitchen life that I didn't think would be transpired to front of house and all those other wonderful things. But, been working on a lot of marketing recently.
Trying to get people through the door.
That's the hardest part right now.
Yeah.
It's the repeat customers are fine.
Who's in charge of your marketing? Do y'all have a marketing person?
So we have a marketing person through a third-party company. And I actually had to sit down with them the other day and learned a lot about what they do. And also, I was like, you need to give me control of this. And they're like, well, what do you mean control of it? I'm like, no. I need your Facebook login. I need the Instagram login. I need everything that deals with this restaurant because I want to put more posts out there. Yeah. And we all know that that's what it is, visibility.
Social media, especially in this day and age, like, dude, any kind of business, whether it's a restaurant or a store, anything like that, like you almost have to have a social media presence. You have to be able to put that out there and say like, hey, this is what we're doing this week. This is what sets us apart from everybody else.
Yes.
I say it allows people to find something to connect you to. Like,
absolutely.
I went to a new restaurant recently in the town I live in. Better than that town fucking deserves. But it was so good that I actually made a post about it on both Facebook and Instagram, which I have not done in a long time. And it's because I could find that place on those social media websites and link them because I was like, I want people to know about this.
Yeah,
Like, and I know I'm going to do that too when I go to your place because I know the food's going to be amazing.
And low expectations, all right? Set the bar low. I don't want to, set anyone up for failure.
We're easy. It's okay.
And it's not hard, man. Like a little bit of graphic design knowledge goes a long way. Like, I've done a lot of ads and logos and different marketing stuff for people before, but
I'll say just from doing this with you and watching and learning what you do behind the scenes and all that, like I got a good grasp on a lot of those things. Yeah. And it's, the doing isn't where I'm at right now, but it is, the watching and the learning from you. And I appreciate that because I walked into that meeting with this, the marketing person and was like, okay, so don't bullshit me. Don't sell me. I mean, I know what OBS does. I can edit my own films. I'm not worried about that. But it was just, it's kind of fun. I took it as a game. Mm-hmm. I worked in sales for 4 years. I know how these things work. And right now, my main concern is, like I said, we got the regular customers. I'm not worried about that. Yeah. The new people is what we need right now.
Regulars are great, but like you need a constantly revolving door.
You can't live on regulars.
Especially with the profit margins for a restaurant aren't fantastic on average. You got to have revolving doors or it's not going to survive, unless you're backed by, a franchise.
Exactly.
Well, see, new customers are the ones that are going to keep your lights on. Your regulars are the ones that are going to be there for 5 years, but then want the same thing they've been ordering every day, even if you take it off the menu. And because they're a regular, sometimes you'll do it. And then if you say no, then they stop becoming regular sometimes. But they're not the ones that you need to cater to.
Exactly. And my argument, too, with regulars, and don't get me wrong, but when I look at my product mix and I see something isn't selling, I get rid of it. Mm-hmm. It's a smart move.
What we were talking about with Greg, mentioning like if I don't care what this one regular likes. It's not about them.
Absolutely.
It's about what can I sell to the public at large.
You want the people that look at the menu and be like, that looks good. I'm going to go there and try that. Ooh, that looks good too. They have so many good things. I want to keep coming back to try different things. And if you revolve your menu, then they're constantly like, those are the good regulars.
Exactly.
Those are the ones that are there because they want to try your food and they want to see what else you have to offer.
And it's funny you bring that up because I was actually standing at the front because I was helping with the discount because our front of house manager was out. So I was doing both back and front that day. And some guy came up just for a to-go order. And I was sitting there talking to him, and he's like, I let him down the right path of what he wanted. And all of a sudden, he's like, I'm going to come back for this. I'm like, you definitely should come back. Absolutely, you should come back.
Yeah.
And I looked at, our 19-year-old host, and I'm just like, that's how you do business.
Yeah.
You leave them with wanting more.
Yeah.
Because, like what you're saying, that's what's most important to us.
Yeah, I'll say that restaurant I was talking about, like we went there to dine in one time. We have ordered to go multiple times, and we're getting something different each time because we're like, the entire menu looked good. We want to try everything they
Absolutely.
have to offer.
No, you couldn't be more right.
And that's what keeps money in your pockets. That's what keeps you in the black and keeps making sure that you can continue to do new things on the menu because they are there to try. They are not there to become complacent on a dish.
Right. Right. And that's why you build up that trust with your customers so you can run specials. You can have fun with food because...
Yeah, you can build a relationship with your clientele, like your guests, whatever you want to call them.
Table touching.
And I mean, if you feel like you're wanted at a place, you're more likely to come back. There's a ton of restaurants that I go into. I know exactly what I'm going in there for. I'm not there for an experience. I'm there because I want that food.
Exactly.
But then there are those places you go into and they just make you feel so welcome and, so at home in that establishment that there's an extra layer to it.
You crave the environment as much as you crave the food.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. The environment's important.
And now you're coming up into your busy season, though, aren't you?
Yeah. This past week's been a very small taste of what's to come. We ran 3 pretty large events this past weekend, and then we had essentially like a board of directors thing where we did a tasting. It was 4 people, but it's so funny to me. Like it is almost easier for me to cook for 400 people than it is the same amount of work, honestly, to cook for 4 people, like, especially when you're doing, they want to try 5 different hors d'oeuvres, 2 different entree, like, whatever.
I feel like it's more work for just 4 people, though.
Yeah. And, especially when those people have, they have expectations. They pay us a lot of money to do what we do, and we want to meet those expectations. But, then also there's like the caveat of like we're kind of held back by their palate, what they like,
Use too much salt.
They're very set in their ways.
Yes.
And so like as much as we would like to be able to like push the envelope and do more like experimental stuff, we can't because they're not about it, And we do some, okay stuff. There's like, there's like a short rib on cheesy grits with a demi glaze, and you like drape this cilantro crema over top of it. It's nice, But
it's nice, but it's not, like you said, pushing the envelope. It's not, and I'm dealing with that myself.
Like, I have a few hors d'oeuvres like that where it's like, okay, it's good, it's cool, but it's not really... I'm not really pushing that envelope and experimenting the way that I would like to.
Not feeling challenged.
Yeah, no.
I get that more than you know because I deal with the same thing where I'm at, just with the neighborhood that I'm in. And I'm like, I want to do all these fun things, but I'm like, they're not ready for it. And I don't think they ever will be ready for it. So, those numbers, once they're gone.
It's a very certain kind of clientele that are going to allow you to experiment and push yourself to your limits, and most chefs that get to do that, it's because they've decided to open up their own restaurant and do what they want to do.
They're not bound by the constrictions of a set menu or a certain, like, I hate to say genre necessarily, but like
any particular cuisine.
A niche, if you will.
Yeah.
A niche.
A niche, yes.
But yeah. I don't know.
Well, that's the two of us. What about you? What you been going on?
Oh man, so I'm no longer in the service industry, so not dealing with any of that. But we are coming up on my busy time where I work too. I work at a place that we fabricate natural stone countertops.
Yes.
And of course, the holidays are coming up, which means the homeowners are coming out the ass.
Oh, the remodel season.
Yes, where everyone wants to throw money in, and they also want it before Thanksgiving or before Christmas. But they put their order in to. I know. I hate these people. I work on the new build side, so I get to help like put in countertops for these houses that are being built, and I'm seeing these multi-million-dollar houses being built. And like, I hate you. Yeah. Why do you have like a pool bath and like you have a whole pool setup, and then you have 3 stories, and then you have a garage suite and a mother-in-law suite. You have a 4-car garage. Like some of these houses are ridiculous, and I hate every single one of these people because I'm like, what you are paying for this house, everyone who works there could like live off for years.
Yes.
And be comfortable, and it's just like you are spending that on making this extravagant house. Like you are picking some of the most ridiculous material, and you're pissy about it. And like, I'm not gonna say the account name, but there's one specific account that builds custom homes. And these homeowners are the fucking worst thing I have ever had to deal with.
I believe it.
I have
worked in that.
I have worked kitchens, front of house. I have worked retail customer service. I have worked front office at retail customer service. So I have dealt with the worst. And these homeowners are even worse than that. There is one house in particular where we built these beautiful countertops, and the day of the install, the homeowner decides to be there at install. Normally, that doesn't happen.
I wouldn't want to be there.
Well, the builder let me know that those homeowners have been the worst. They show up whenever they want and point out every little problem. Now, we're installing these beautiful countertops. The kitchen has this really pretty material that's very expensive with this really pretty edge, and everything else is still really pretty material with a much more simple edge.
Yes.
Well, apparently, they never wanted that simple edge. Apparently, there was some kind of verbal conversation that happened that was never communicated to us, the fabricators. So every single top in that house except the kitchen had to be brought back to our shop so it could be re-edged, so it could go back out and hope that it met these crazy homeowner standards. There's also some homeowners that when they picked out their material, we'll do digital layouts to show like, hey, this is what your island will look like, or your kitchen or your bathrooms. She saw the devil in her island because of how the veins were. She became known as the devil horn lady.
That's fucking
in our shop. And for what's worth, she's a really sweet lady, but that doesn't change the fact she's freaking insane too.
Yeah.
Like
I saw the devil in the granite.
Yeah, and like so we had to do multiple layouts, order multiple batches of material. Like it is just insane. And of course we charged them every time we had to like restock something or worked with their company to avoid.
But they got money to blow on it. They don't care. They don't
That's
realize
the thing. These
the
people
effort that goes into it.
They have all this money, and all they know is I want this. I saw this in a catalog or on TV, and now I have this dream house that I want built. And if it's not, if it doesn't meet it to 100% of their ideas, even mattering whether they know the technicality of how this stuff is made or fabricated, if it's not to their standards, they don't want it, and they will throw a little hissy fit.
Yeah, you haven't left the restaurant industry whatsoever.
I haven't. I really, honestly, I traded that hell for a different hell of the same caliber.
It's a different kind of service.
It really is. I'm still ultimately in customer service. I'm actually a supervisor, which means I deal higher up and with the higher accounts that are much more painful.
Oh, so your phone rings and you know it's not good news.
At this point, when I used to not be a supervisor, I didn't mind the phone ringing. Now I dread it because it's either going to be something bad happened or a 30-minute to hour-long conversation about nothing that has wasted that time. That is mostly what I get upset about anymore at work, is that I keep having my time wasted. I want these conversations that could have been a 5-minute conversation, but they turned it into 30 minutes because they don't know what they're doing, or they just want to talk in circles about it. It's like, I got it. I got the information you tell me. I am done. Like, you don't need to keep talking. So it's ridiculous. Oh, and then this morning, one of my accounts, we had a homeowner service. Their dog bit one of our crews.
Probably deserved it.
Hey, you watch it. Our crews are very hardworking. The homeowner
Not saying anything about that.
The homeowner was such shit that the crew told him, hey, your dog bit me. And the homeowner's like, okay. Didn't provide them any cleanup care, anything. They had to let us know. And I had to hound. Well, I couldn't actually get a hold of the homeowner, so I had to call the company that their house is through to get them to contact them, get vaccination records, because it's like, there could be a freaking lawsuit.
But you also just said you had to hound them. Really?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, say it's a wordplay. I'm all about wordplay. But so yeah, I guess you're not wrong. I changed one form of I never left the kitchen, but the restaurant business, but then I deal with it in a different way.
Yep. Yeah,
it's the
absolutely.
same, still entitled people. And maybe that's why I'm so good at my job. That's why I became a supervisor. Not only did I get good at being behind a desk and punching in those numbers and doing data entry, I can handle these people.
Yeah, and those are
my
the tough
customer
ones.
service voice, when it comes on, is crazy. Like some of the people who did not know me and before they heard me on like the phone and being customer servicey, they were like, it's like two different people.
Oh, that front of house voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When are you gonna start making content? Because I mean, you
So
you know how to talk a lot, all right?
I'm sorry if I'm monologuing here. Just tap me on my shoulder and tell me, "Hey, Liz, shut the
No,
fuck up."
but in all seriousness, like you do have like that voice and that personality and the energy for it. Like, when are you gonna fucking start making some goddamn
Honestly,
content?
I'm properly medicated for my mental disorder now, and you've been talking about enough. It's probably going to get in my head. Because here's the thing: I am primed to do this kind of stuff. I have social media accounts that are as old as the social media itself. My Facebook account was one of the first ones you could make when they stopped allowing just college students. That is how old my Facebook account is. My
Mine was from
Instagram
college
account.
students, so.
I think we were friends on MySpace.
Yes,
wow.
Well,
If that really speaks
that really does
to
set it
how-
in.
I have always been a front runner on social media up until we got to TikTok. TikTok is the one thing I have like refused to download. But if I get into social media, I know I'm gonna have to do it, and I'm totally okay with that. But I ingest so much other social media. But all of my accounts are ancient in standards, which means I have collected this weird little amassing of followers or this and that because it's just people over time who have followed me. If I really started putting stuff out there, I would reach so many people. I just have to do it. And honestly, like I said, you're probably being enough of an earworm that I'm going to try and start this. Probably Instagram's gonna be the easiest one since I already have a dedicated account. Just need to start doing stuff with it.
I get okay numbers on Instagram because I post all our reels. I don't know if anyone even knows this, but I post all our reels. We have a More Salt Instagram. We have a More Salt TikTok. We have literally the only thing we don't have is a Facebook because I don't give a shit about Facebook.
At this point, it doesn't really matter. If you have one, it's good to use it.
And then our we're on Spotify and we have the primary thing, which is the YouTube channel. And that's what I've been really trying to push all my friends into doing is like, dude, start a YouTube channel or start a TikTok.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there to be reached with so much different kinds of content.
Yeah.
Whether it's comedy skits or, crafting stuff or,
I mean, honestly, what I need to start doing is, especially now that I feel better about myself, like my body and everything, like every time you see me now, I'm actually like dressed up. Right. I'm not looking, schlubby wasn't the word, but I was comfortable. I didn't care what I looked
wrong
like.
with comfort.
And there's not, but at the same time too, like, I always like to look good, and
it's a vanity in all of us.
There is, and I will say too, being in a long-term relationship makes you very comfortable. Who am I trying to impress? He's already there. Like, what do I have to do? But I started going out, and I started feeling good about my body and myself, and so I started dressing up. And what I need to start doing is probably just put on a little makeup, put on a nice shirt and something, and just film myself around my house, either talking about random bullshit or showing people how to do some of the crafts I do. Or, as I was saying earlier, I know how to do basic home repairs. Shit, showing people just how to do basic home repairs would go a long way because so many people don't have these skills, and it's like easy things that anybody can do.
Especially with, how into nerd culture and stuff you are, and then your crafting stuff, which you've done for many years now.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge market for that out there.
There really is. I could do a wide range of things with my crafting, and then too, like you said, the nerd culture, like pack openings, or just even doing little short films and playing these different things.
Mars, who I've had on the podcast a few times with you.
Yeah.
She's recently hit me up. She wants to start a channel, and asked me to help her start something. So that's something that I'm kind of toiling away with and trying to figure out. I've talked to you about starting a channel.
Oh yeah, and I got some ideas of what I want to do, and so actually, we'll run it by.
I was gonna say
run it by now. I mean, why not?
We haven't really caught up on this. We talked about it the other night. But did you marinated on that a little bit?
So I thought about it, and I actually put some good thought. I actually reached out to my mom about this one. So that's how you know that I'm being real about it. And we decided I should just get a camera, and while on the line during a busy rush, talking about just weird facts about food, grab a piece of Parmesan. Oh, here's the history behind it. Some weird facts that no one really knows because I was a history major. I have enough credits to have a doctorate, but I don't believe in gen ed. I don't need to take physics and calculus to be a
Yeah, we've been-
That's a bullshit thing. That's why I dropped out of college. It's like, why do I have to take all this bullshit to get to what I want?
I started doing the food history videos.
And I like those too, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I could absolutely see you getting, they have like cameras that literally just magnet to like, you could just magnet a camera to your chef coat at work and just film your shifts. And
even you want to do the weird.
There's
weird guy with the
always
GoPro
those
strapped to your
moments.
mouth.
So like all you'd really have to do is like, I mean, you'd probably have to hook that up to some sort of like a storage device.
Right.
But you could record an entire night and there's those moments on the line that are standout. Right.
And I can
there's
tell you all
always
them,
those
yeah.
moments, right? And so to catch one of those on camera, and honestly, if you wear a mic or you wear a camera every single day,
You're gonna catch something phenomenal.
You're gonna catch some stuff pretty regularly.
Oh yeah.
But it would be really cool to see those things from like a first person's perspective, or seeing it from your point of view,
And I want that ticket machine going off. I want all that.
We can hear what you're saying. And then I would
See
be able to
the slight
help
frantic
you
energy.
learn how to edit that down and make that into, take those things and you're at that point you have 8 hours of footage, but you're clipping
45 seconds,
4 minutes, maybe, out of
yeah.
that, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, and I could help you learn how to do that and turn that into a piece of digestible content.
Because we talked about this a little bit where, yes, it would take, because you can't recreate those moments.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing is.
No, that's got to be real. It's got to be genuine.
And
it's
there
part
are
of I
so
miss the
many.
kitchen is those moments.
Yeah.
And they're fun, they're stupid, and the chaos, especially with the ticket machine going off, people yelling. That's what I kind of want people to see.
It's like watching. It's like watching like cop shootings, but in the kitchen.
I get where you're going with it though. You're like,
know what I mean?
You're
You
sitting
watch
on
those-
edge, being like, oh my god, something's about to happen. Oh my god, it's coming, and then the payoff.
We need that build up.
Yeah.
We definitely need that build
You're
up.
gonna be like the donut operator of the kitchen world.
Oh, jeez. I can't. Those are high. Those are big shoes. To fill
and
right there.
then you just find those videos of like people like fucking trying to pour oil into plastic buckets and shit like that, and you talk about that shit. You've never seen that?
No, I'm just saying I live it. So
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. What's a half pan? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
You
We've
know,
done
you
this
just
every
try
single
to
day.
catch those stupid kitchen moments on camera. I think
Well,
that'd be
it's-
fun.
And a great example of that was the other night that, we were closing up early, everything was going good. I mopped the floors, and then all of a sudden one of my cooks, I love him dearly, spilled the degreaser from the flat top all over the floor.
Oh,
The shit that came out of my mouth was priceless. And in that moment, I wish I would have recorded this because no one would believe these things actually came out of my mouth. And did I mean any of them? Yeah, kind of. But at the same time, people don't get those moments. Those little we have late night assholes. Yeah.
Pick up a little fucking a little camera that you can clip to,
Yeah.
and just it wouldn't hurt to try.
And that's the
know?
thing is the inspiration from doing this with you and everything that we've kind of built up towards. It's why not try to boost it even more?
Yeah.
Why not try to show people what we're doing?
That was sort of my theory. Is like, okay, like I want to do this, and I'm also kind of starting to dip my toe into some other kinds of content. We'll get into that. But it's like, okay, like I have this team of people around me who, you guys are as much of a part of More Salt as, anything else. And, so like if I can get you to start a channel, if I can get, Quaterade to start a channel, if I can get Mars to start a channel or you to start a channel, all of us can kind of work in tandem with one another.
Absolutely.
And we
To
can
help,
support each
yeah.
other's content, and all it takes is one of us blowing up and reaching some point of notoriety, and you take everyone else with you.
you keep all your friends with you and be like, hey, these are the people we need to uplift as well.
Yeah.
You're showing me love. Hey, go to my friend's channel.
Yeah,
Check
and-
them
and
out.
it
If you
goes
like
back
this,
to-
you will like.
Like you said, lifting up your friends,
Yeah.
and in the early days of YouTube, I know that like creators, there was creators were so ostentatiously against like working with one another. And I know in more recent years, probably over the last 10 years now, it's become much more of like
I'm collaborating with this guy.
I'm gonna collab with this because it helps.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how channels
You
grow.
reach new audiences. Like people who normally wouldn't maybe find you are now finding you because they went through something they specifically sought out, and they're like, I like this content. Let me check out this other content that it's linked to.
You know, and like I mentioned earlier, you know, I started doing the food history videos.
Yes.
You know, I did Monterey Jack,
Which is a great one, by the way.
I loved it.
It was a. I think as somebody who I guess I can call myself a creator. I saw that, and it was the first video that I'd done of its kind, and I hated it.
Of course, you're gonna hate your own creation.
Yeah,
you're
same.
supposed to. You're supposed to hate your own creation.
It was more of like I see all the things that I could.
It's like looking at your baby. You know it's ugly, but you still love it.
But I picked up some lapel mics. We're gonna record another one of those. I've got a couple of those on a list. I think I'm gonna do one on spam. I'm gonna do one on graham.
God, I love spam.
I'm gonna do one on graham crackers because that
also
one.
Want to hear that one, but can you breach off to animal crackers too? Because I want to know a little bit of history on that.
Dude, graham crackers are a weird one, man. Like, I'll just very quickly.
Drop us some knowledge on some graham cracker here.
The guy that created like Graham, his last name was Graham.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
And he was like this religious extremist, I guess.
Was it like the Kellogg's guy?
He felt
Oh, don't get started on that.
it is
Battle-
connected. It's connected.
It's connected.
Hold on, it's connected to Battle Creek, Michigan. Somehow.
I'll probably go into that when I do the full length
Okay.
video. But he thought that consuming flavorful food inflamed one's passions.
And he put cinnamon in a cracker then.
No.
Oh.
No, that didn't come till the cinnamon and honey didn't come till way later. He created graham crackers were initially very bland. They had no sugar, no honey, no cinnamon, nothing.
No fun.
They were just no fun. None. He was abstentiously against fun. Hated it. And he felt that eating like bland, flavorless foods would keep people from touching themselves.
Well, yeah, it goes back to the whole entire.
And there was an entire group of people. They called them Grahamites.
Oh no!
Oh,
no!
And they followed this diet that he had, and they believed in these same things. It's a crazy history. I think I'm gonna do a whole video on it.
I'm kind of looking forward to this one.
Yeah, say.
You know, I've got a couple of fun ones.
Like I mentioned the Kellogg's. Everyone's heard of the Kellogg's guy, but I don't think I've ever heard about the graham cracker guy. And
So
knowing that
Kellogg's was this cornflakes were sort of
yeah, well,
State Hospital.
So I learned from something else that I kind of forgot that Post and Kellogg's were technically brothers, and Post did not want it to be all Puritan and anti-touching yourself. So he went out and made fun cereal. Maybe not say fun cereal, but as fun cereals it could have been at the time. Meanwhile, Kellogg's sitting there all pissed off, being like, "I need you to stop touching yourself, so I'm going to make this bland, flavorless flake cereal
We're
that
gonna
you're
roll
going to eat."
cornflakes through a roller, and it's gonna be real
Yeah.
small and break it up for you.
yeah. There's a bunch of just weird stories like that.
I like that,
with
though.
history and I'm going to start doing those videos. I'm hoping to get some more of those out soon.
Get some weird history. I like the weird history.
Yeah.
That's the fun stuff.
There's
Did you tell how like puffed like chips and stuff came to be?
it now, and I can be fact checked on this because I haven't actually done research on the potato chip, but it's my understanding that I believe it was an Irish pub. Somebody wanted.
Oh, I can't remember if this is like an urban legend about it or not, but
Yeah.
that someone kept asking for thinner
potatoes.
Okay.
And finally, the chef got fed up and he cut them as thin as he could and fried the fuck out of them.
So that is a theory of a chef. If you guys do not know, if you say you want something, we're gonna fuck you up with it real quick.
And they
you want it extra
loved
spicy,
them.
we're gonna
Yes.
fuck you up.
They loved them and they just kept making them. That's the story that I know. But
I've heard that before
I'll
too,
do
but
some
yeah, I'm with
research
you. I don't know if that's like I said, an urban legend or if
Yeah.
it's the actual history of potato chips.
If you could do the Hasselback potato on top of that one too, because fuck whoever created that guy.
another.
That sucked.
It's fun to do at home, but to do mass produced, I would
thank
hate
you.
it.
A couple of ones that I've got on that list. Like I'm gonna do one on Escoffier.
Okay.
He's sort of the one that mandated the chef coat as like a thing that we're supposed
But
to
not just
wear.
that, the Brigade as well, right?
I'm sorry.
Didn't he create the Brigade
the Brigade
system?
system? Yes, that is what he's known for.
Okay.
He was in the French military. He cooked for the literal army.
Yeah.
Which I can't eat. Like, I do catering. I cook for a couple hundred people at a time. I can't imagine the logistics that go into cooking for an
Quality doesn't
army.
matter.
I would imagine not.
No,
And
it's as fast as you can make it. As quick
based
as you
on what
can
my
make
brother
it.
has told me, military food isn't exactly grand cuisine.
You get the nutrients, and as long as those nutrients are going to
Calories.
the body, yeah.
There's calories.
If they
in there.
could, they would just serve them the little calorie block, but unfortunately, that doesn't have the nutrients they need to lug everything around.
So I hate to say this, but I was on a 110-foot patrol boat when I was in the Coast Guard. We ate like kings. It was great because I ran finances on the ship, and so at the end of the month, I'm like, hey, spend down, let's go. Let's bring some lobster in. Let's bring some
get through the
fillets in.
budget.
Because if you don't spend it,
They
it
cut it.
goes away. So if you guys don't know this about the military, that we have to spend 100% of our budget or it gets cut.
That's fucking.
How does that make you feel?
That's retarded.
Exactly.
It's
damn straight
stupid
it is.
because it makes you spend more sometimes than you need to.
Right.
But if
And
they
that
cut
doesn't
too
even-
much, then they cut what you need to be able to do what you need to
Absolutely.
do. So it's like I need to spend all of this so we don't risk losing what we
And-
need.
Yes.
And
Next year we might spend it on actual things we need for it instead of
It doesn't even cut into like the military is known for like making things way more expensive than they ought to be. Like, I know when you leave the military, they will send you a list of all the things that they ever gave you, and it'll be like Sharpie,
$5 for one
felt
chart.
point, $80.
Uh-huh.
Or like there was did you hear this is like 2 years ago. It was like soap dispensers. They were being charged like $500 for a soap dispenser.
Hey, Josh, I got a real fun story for you on this one. Air Force bases are known to have the best golf courses known to man out of all the services. And they do. They're some lush golf courses because they build them first. And they spend their money, and then they go to Congress like, hey, we don't have an airstrip. We need
Congress
mon-
also doesn't ask
we need
where the
money-
money
we need-
went.
Yeah, we need money for an airstrip. They're like, well, where'd the money go? And then all of a sudden, $500 for a toilet seat.
Taxpayer dollars.
Weird how it works.
You give an
out, huh?
itemized list. They don't look at the actual numbers. They just look at what you spent it on.
Exactly.
Wait,
If all industries only work that way.
It's just laundry money. It's fine.
there's some content for you, buddy.
I
Yeah.
know.
Just
Oh,
do military shit,
I'm
bro.
just gonna piss people off is all that it is. I'm sorry, everybody.
It'd be great.
I mean, let people know though. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know that these are the actual ins and outs of it.
No, you're not wrong.
But yeah, we're gonna be doing some of that kind of stuff, and then I think I'm gonna be also starting another channel. It's just gonna be like my own sort of personal channel. I'm gonna do stuff that's outside of the More Salt podcast. I'll like the food history videos will make their way onto the More Salt channel, but you'll also see those on my channel, and I may do things that are kind of exclusive to my channel.
Okay. Any teasers on those or what you're thinking?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
I know we've talked a few times now about doing the weird food.
Oh, I can't wait.
Stuff. We need to sit down and plan one of those out and get one of those filmed. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I'm not. What is
So
Oh.
we're gonna be doing.
It's so good.
We're
It's so bad, but so good.
all right. Yeah, I'll talk about.
Look
this
at Greg's episode, the one that's coming out soon. You'll get a little preview, but please let us know some more.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make really fancy food, but it's also gonna be kind of stupid, right? And I'll give you an example. This is the first one that we kind of formulated. I'm gonna do tomato bisque ice cream on a grilled cheese cobbler, which essentially is going to just be a.
I don't hate that.
It's going to be a cylinder of essentially think really cheesy bread pudding, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's your grilled. I'm literally going to take grilled cheese, chop it up, make fucking bread pudding out of it with some cheese cubes in there.
Oh, you thought more about this. We
Yes.
were not there last time.
And then we'll do a nice quenelle of, this. It'll be this pale red ice cream is what it would come out to look like.
Little tomato bisque.
We'll do that on top. Maybe I don't know, some sort of garnished micro basil or a candied basil leaf or something stupid. It's gonna look really fucking nice. It's also really dumb.
But the White Claw bread is what I can't wait for.
The White Claw bread, the booze PB&J,
Yes.
which evolved from the White Claw bread because I was like, why stop at White Claw bread when I can do whiskey peanut butter and
a Cabernet jelly, you know, something like that.
Chambord jelly or
Yeah.
something, you know, like some
nice
stupid.
brioche.
Yeah.
Just make it dumb, but actually it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I say it's stupid food, but at the same time, it's scientifically smart.
It's stuff that's
Wow, okay, I'm all right with that tagline right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like because of the flavor profiles, it'll all work. I think.
It sounds like it should, but that's part of the fun is getting to test it out, right?
yeah.
You know, like it's doing something that nobody else has done. It's doing something that's like, yeah, we can cook really nice food if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But we don't. So
You want to have fun. You want to experiment with
I want
this.
to cook dumb food that looks really nice.
And the best thing about it too is, like I said, we got the green light for my owners to use my kitchen for it.
Yeah.
So we're working
We're
in
gonna
a
be
commercial
filming.
kitchen.
Okay.
We're gonna be
And that
filming in your
helps
kitchen.
so much with
We
that.
are gonna need more than just me and him. We're gonna need somebody who's there because I don't think we're gonna fucking eat it. We're gonna want somebody else to fucking eat
Yes.
it.
Dude, sign me up. I will be there to be your taste tester. I'm willing to try this stuff because I'm all for trying new things. And the creativity behind this sounds very interesting. I'm willing to put my gut to the test. I already have fucked up intestines, and my stomach hates me as it is. I will eat whatever in the name of science.
You've had my cooking on multiple occasions.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever fed you anything that wasn't good.
No. It may have
try
been
not
something
to.
that I may not have been a fan of, but I was willing to try because, hey, you made this, and I want to try it.
And I want to take that and I want to apply it to, you know, I think we should really explore like our creative side and do stuff that's out of the ordinary and, you know, very outside the box.
But it goes back to what we were talking about earlier is we don't get to experiment much anymore with the clientele we have. And it would be nice to be able to get out there, do something stupid, but have fun with it.
Yeah.
Be unrestricted in what you want to make.
Yeah.
No, I think that'd be really cool.
That sounds like
I mean,
fun,
I
yeah.
personally like it, but
That's some of the stuff that we have coming up. You know, and eventually I would like us to, you know, like once our following kind of picks up, I think at, you know, like, I don't know, maybe at like 500 subs or something like that. I'll start like a Patreon or something super cheap that, you know, should people want to help support us that they can, you know, maybe we'll start doing some t-shirts, things like
love
that.
Yeah.
help. Everyone loves an enamel pin. Start making some pins.
Don't even get me started.
I
on
would
that.
love to make just kind of like funny t-shirts and things like that,
Yeah.
you know.
You got some great things that you could pull from some of these episodes as little taglines on shirts.
yeah.
That would be very fun.
Well, we're also coming up on like festival season as well, and we have a lot of things going on. So I know we were talking about going on scene to some of these places.
Food competitions and
I
things
think
like
it'd be
that.
great.
Ooh, yeah. Same.
I participated in several competitions. The
Glizzy Fest is coming up.
I love Glizzy Fest. Oh, how do you not like it?
Is it the name?
I don't know.
And it is for me. I'm very disappointed. in the name.
I participated in the Taste of North Texas a couple of times.
Okay.
You know, and that's a really fun competition just because it's like all local businesses.
Yeah.
They all kind of come there, serve, you know, food from their places, and you know they get judged on it, and a bunch of awards are handed out. You know, and then you know it was, you know, for me, I was always participating. I've never actually gone as like a guest.
I'm sure that'd be fun for you though.
You know, and it would be awesome for us to go to those, you know, take a camera with us, you know, film, you know, some content, try some food, some different stuff that people are making.
Quick, honest reviews and all that.
Yeah. And just, you know, we could even live stream that, you know, I don't know.
There's a lot of good ideas though.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of directions that we could definitely move in, and, you know, I think with time and with enough forethought that, you know, we'll be putting out some really good stuff here soon.
Well, I think the big thing behind it too is, I know we talk about subscribers, we talk about backing, and a lot of it's because we want to give back, and that's the biggest thing for us. Is we've lived our lives questionable sometimes.
That's what makes the good stories.
And it does, but we've also hit that age where it's like we want to give back, and we can't do that without everyone that supports us.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want to do. And we've had this talk so many times of how much we love to be able to start a charity, start something. And I think that's where it's really important for us to be able to get people out there just to follow us so we can help everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I guess if you were to say like long-term goals of the More Salt podcast and any content that comes out behind that, you know, I would like us to eventually be able to, you know, upgrade the studio and all those things, you know,
Of course.
you know, get ourselves in a position to create even better and more high quality content for the people that do enjoy this stuff. You know, and then eventually, like, be able to do like some fundraisers. You know, a topic that we talk a lot about is like substance abuse and depression, things like that. Those are, you know, heavy topics in the service industry.
But it's prevalent if you.
It's
can't
super
tell.
prevalent.
Yeah, so you find me a
in the
career
industry.
kitchen person, and you found me an addict at some point in their life.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You know, so, you know, it is sort of right now, I guess it's a dream of mine to be able to someday, you know, be able to raise, you know, money for, you know, substance abuse counseling or, you know, nonprofits and things like that, or, you know, awareness.
Yes, absolutely.
Stuff like that is, you know, these are things that are important to me. These are things that I think for the average human being, you know, these are things that are important to them, you know, regardless of who you are, where you come from, what industry you work in. I don't think it matters. I think this is all something that we can all kind of get behind. Like,
Trying to help people.
Nobody wants to, you know, see other people make terrible life choices.
No, absolutely.
You know, and some of these choices are things that, you know, we've been involved in ourselves, you know, whether it's substance abuse or depression, and being able to like give back to that is definitely.
And I'm
something
right
that I
there
would love
with
to
you.
do.
And, you know, just living it myself and knowing what I've gone through, but also what we've tried to talk about this whole time, just people getting the inside view on, once again, it's not about the food, it's about the people.
Yeah.
And we've now that we're spreading awareness, I fucking hate that so much. Everyone's aware.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what's going
all
on.
aware.
You're shining a light.
Yeah, and that's all it is. We're just letting you guys know that this is real. This is who we are, what we deal with. And I once you told me about what your future plan was, that really made me want to join in 100% and give everything that I have to this, because
Yeah. And I mean, if it happens, beautiful. If it doesn't, that's okay too.
we'll still do it. We'll find a way.
You know, and this is the first iteration of the More Salt podcast. It's not unreasonable to say that, you know, someday we take a break, we come back, and we do it even better. You know, and it's just
It can only evolve and grow from here.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know,
Like we all have.
We don't exactly know what this will look like in 2 years. or
Absolutely
3
not.
years.
No. That's the fun of it.
You know, like some of my favorite podcasts, like they start off as something completely different than what they are today.
And you show me. You show me from the beginning, so where they are now.
Yeah.
And I'll bring it. It's unsub. You know,
Yeah.
the ones that you've shown me with.
Shout
and,
out to Unsubscribe.
And you've made me a follower there, so, you know, I'll definitely give it to them.
Yeah,
But
dude,
you show me where they were. And it's cool to see where they're at now.
I loved, like, when I first decided that this was something I was going to do. It made me feel really good, like going back and watching, like, you know, episode 7 or 8 of Unsubscribe, seeing them in like Batty's dining room with a webcam and some iPhone set up
and some weird boom mics that didn't make sense.
Like, you know, but they were killing it, you know, and that really gave me a lot of inspiration and hope about what I wanted to do. You know, and I knew I couldn't do it alone, and, you know, I brought you in, and
Absolutely, yeah. Couldn't be happier.
so far we've you know, I feel like we've been doing okay.
We're making
know.
it. We're making it.
Yeah, we're doing the thing.
I mean,
you
what?
know,
Liz is back, what, 4th, 5th time now, too? I mean,
I feel like this is at least the 4th time with you with this specific setup,
Yeah.
but I've been in at least 2 or 3 others.
Yeah, you've been in several. I don't
I have.
know.
I will say I'm
back.
an avid supporter of you, and that's what it is. Like anytime you need, like I said before, I'm a body in a seat. Whether I can contribute sometimes to the restaurant industry conversation because I've been out of it for so long,
Right.
I still want to be here and support you, and I can be a good I'm a sounding board for you. I'm here
Yeah.
to allow you to be able to talk about these things that you are passionate about, and it's so great to see. Like what you've come. I remember you were talking about, and then one day you sent me a picture of all this equipment, and then all of this like setup, and you called me up and you was like, Liz, I need your help. I'm trying to set up like my podcast.
Yeah.
And I helped put these foam boards up.
We don't talk about the foam boards.
You know what?
Yeah.
I didn't start it. I fixed as much as I could. I did what I could, but the point is I still wanted to support you. That's why I came, and that's why I continue to come here, is because I want to see you go. I want to continue to see where this grows.
I mean, and more than anything, it's been fun to do. It's a learning experience.
I've learned so much.
Even if the More Salt podcast, I don't know, pitters out and, completely dies, like, I'm not going to stop making YouTube content. I would probably still carry on the podcast and just, I would shift my focuses to other things, and eventually the podcast would catch up.
Yeah.
But I do believe that this is going to be something that, with time, will gain some traction and gain a following, and that is the hope. It's been a while since we've kind of done a podcast check-in.
I know, and it's kind of good to do too. Because how many weeks we at? Like how far out we are from episode 1? Mental math. I'm sorry for that.
This will be episode
You want to pull up on YouTube Music?
13, I
Okay.
believe, is this. If my backlog holds where it is, like, I think this will probably be like episode 13, maybe 14.
That's
Depending
almost
on
3 months though.
Yeah.
Well, so we have started. At first, we were doing 4 episodes a month,
Right.
and we did that for 2 months. And then just because of time constraints,
That's my bad.
filming, me being busy and doing all the editing, like, it's so much work for my own mental health.
You think?
I had to slow us down a little bit. So we're doing an episode every other week.
Right.
We're doing 2 episodes a month. That's a little more manageable for me.
I was honestly surprised you were dropping something once a week because, just to...
Yeah.
Of all the stress it puts on you, it's keeping up with it.
It's something that I love it, and so I do it, and like I hold myself accountable to say, like, okay, I'm gonna get this episode done by this day, and I've in
You always
recent
have.
weeks I've kind of faltered on that. I had some episodes come out, a day late. Not that anybody gives a shit, but I care,
Of course.
because like I want to be able to hold myself accountable to, okay, I need to get an episode out, every Wednesday or like every other Wednesday now, and that's a little more realistic for me, especially with work and stuff.
I see. We work jobs.
Yeah, we have like,
We don't
We
have easy
unfortunately have to
schedules.
be
Yeah.
adults.
Yeah, that's why we start filming at fucking 6 p.m. so that we can be done early enough to go to bed at fucking 10 o'clock at night because we're old.
Yes. Oh
know.
God, don't remind me.
I had someone tell me today that they turned they finally getting old and they turned 31.
Oh, fuck off.
I know. I was just like, oh, you make me feel so old. He's like, oh, how old are you? And I'm like, I turned like 35 this year. I know it's not that big of a
Also,
difference.
fuck you too.
I'm sorry, but the point is, like, when people hit like a certain age, they start talking about how
Oh,
old
yeah.
they are, and it just makes you be like, when you're older than them, you're just like, fuck.
Perspective.
I work with a girl who was born in '99, and she will say shit all the time. I love her to death. She is so sweet, but she will say stuff all the time that I have to turn to her. It's like, you make me feel so fucking old.
Dude, I remember that.
She
year.
asked if I was old enough to
too.
vote for Obama.
I
And
did waterside security for Obama, so yeah.
I say, when she asked me that question, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna say her name, but I was just like, oh,
hurts.
girly,
Sweet
like,
summer child.
Oh,
I
honey.
swear, I feel like I have to say baby to her, like not baby, but like like, oh honey, like all the freaking time, because
Oh.
she's just like, she's just too sweet, and she just wants to ask innocent
as
questions.
they like to say here in Texas, bless your soul.
Oh yeah.
Bless her heart. I feel like I am just constantly be like, oh.
You guys do not realize I was raised in Chicago. Okay, inner city Chicago, not the
Sorry to hear
suburbs,
that.
not Sean. No, I loved it. So that's your own personal opinion. But I'm not from the suburbs. I actually lived in the city, not Schaumburg, not any of those other fucking shitty places in the suburbs. Sorry to those people out there. But then I come down here and I hear this, bless your soul, all these things, I'm like, oh, that sounds nice. And I realize about 6 months in, that's a fucking insult.
It is.
That's not a
If
good
somebody
thing.
says, oh, bless your heart, they think you are the dumbest fucking person in the world, and it's that Southern charm.
Mm-hmm.
I was born and raised in Texas, so like that is ingrained in my soul, and I can spot that kind of pettiness from a mile away, and I can't say that I haven't dished it out too, because you hear stuff sometimes, and you're just like,
oh, I've been guilty of it too. I'm
Have
not
you
even
really?
from here.
I say you guys still. I don't say y'all, I say you guys.
I think I moved to Texas because I was
y'all is just never gonna come
I
out
was
of my
born in
vocabulary.
Pennsylvania, but like I think I was 12 or 13 when I moved to Texas. I've been down here long enough that I've assimilated into these people.
I've known you since I was 14, so I mean,
Yeah.
that was.
Oh, God.
You've been here for a while before I got to know you.
Yeah.
Lo Siento, guys.
But now, so like, I speak like a Texan, I act like a Texan,
At least my accent doesn't come
much
out
to
until
my
I get too
mom's
drunk.
dismay.
I still pretend you're from Erie, PA, even though you're probably not from there. It's still Erie, PA is a place for me.
Complete, just the bottom of the state, not the top of the state.
Got it.
I was probably 20 minutes from like the Maryland border.
Okay.
If that
I know.
checks out.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Really, this is fucked.
Just do it.
The easiest way for me to explain to people like where I grew up, and this only works for people who are like our age.
Yes.
Do you remember where Flight 93 crashed
Yes.
on September 11th in the field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania?
Yes, I absolutely do.
My house was 9 miles from there.
Holy shit!
I remember you told me this last week,
Yeah.
which was
I feel
the
like
day,
you told
but
me,
yeah.
but I've forgotten by this
and
point.
we're about, 40 miles.
Give or take.
40 minutes maybe outside of Pittsburgh.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah. But it's like real rural, like valley town.
Yeah. God, the worst state to fucking drive through, though. Especially once
I
again,
wouldn't know.
From Chicago to Ocean City, New Jersey. Yes, I am showing my fucking Sicilian self right now. That yes, we used to go to the Jersey Shore every year. It was always, oh, you just got your license? Guess what? You're driving through Pennsylvania on this trip. It's like, fuck.
I would love to,
I'm guessing
man.
it's
Like,
just a whole
'cause,
bunch
like,
of nothing.
It's
or-
pretty.
No,
it's
dude,
actually really
beautiful.
pretty. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I say nothing, I don't say that it's not
just
pretty.
forever. We separated our drive by states.
which is crazy because
So.
it's such a small state comparatively to Texas.
I say Texas, you drive. It takes you 15, hours to get from one side to the other. Sometimes.
And you're still there.
Like, for us to drive from like here to like, what, El Paso? What is that? Like 9 hours easy?
Oh, I know I'm taking a trip to just north of Houston. It's going to be like a 6-hour drive.
Well, and it's funny
But,
because
like,
here to
if
Chicago
you
is 15
start,
hours.
If you start in New York and drive south for 9 hours,
you're in like 4 different states.
yeah.
See, and that's like not saying I haven't traveled out of state, but it's crazy to me because I've lived in Texas my whole life, and it's just like going anywhere in Texas is a day trip.
It is. It's a full-on weekend.
Especially where
Yeah.
we're located.
But
part of
I
Texas.
love this fucking state. Like,
It's growing
I
on me.
didn't have a lot of friends growing up in PA. It wasn't until I got to Texas that people were like, "Oh, you're kind of fucking weird. You're kind of crazy. Here, come with us."
But they're
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
noticed that.
Say
yeah.
we Texas does allow the freak fly to flag pretty well in the sense of where that
But you
southern
wouldn't expect it,
hospitality
though.
is real,
And that's the thing is you wouldn't expect it coming down here. Like I said, I lived in Louisiana when I was stationed down there, and that was right after Katrina. So I can't say anything. It was a
God, I bet
rebuilding
that was
stage.
awful.
It was terrible. It was fucking terrible. But after 5 years watching that place get rebuilt, rebirth, it was
So,
cool as shit.
Can I ask when did you get there in relation to like when the hurricane happened?
So the hurricane was September of 05. Boot camp for me ended in early January 06.
Okay.
So it wasn't that far off. Granted, I went to schools, beforehand. But when I got down there, I remember my instructor when I was in my A school.
And how old were you?
19. A
Okay.
baby. But they were told, like, oh, hope you're ready to be busy. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. I want to be busy, No. It was just the restaurants that you could go to that were barely open. And I think that was the coolest thing is I dated a local.
Is that why they sent you there? Was because of the hurricane?
I chose it. No, I chose it. I was coming out of school. You get a list
Okay.
of 36 people in a class, 36 choices. Class rank is how you choose.
Okay.
And I think I was like number 5 or 6 in the class.
So you got a pretty high choice on.
And I chose that because
Okay.
I was like, this is a new place that I want to go to. I don't want to go back to Chicago. I want to see somewhere new.
And a hurricane hadn't hit yet.
Oh, no, it did. It
Oh.
did. I knew exactly what I was getting myself into.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it'd be fun. Thought it would be fun.
I mean,
Okay.
it's the choices we make, and that choice you made led you to here now.
And it's so funny we talk about things like that either everything happens for a reason or we have our own free will, whatever, whoever wants to believe, whatever.
Right.
I don't care. But I look at the choices I had to make to be sitting next to you guys right now. Pretty fucking happy with those choices. So, even though it was a shit time in my life, I'm happy.
Do you have any like notable stories from that time, like right after the hurricane when everything was just hell on earth over there?
There's certain things I can't talk about, just because this is possibly going on the internet that I won't talk about because it's not okay. Because it was a really bad time.
Yeah.
I really got in good with the locals around there. I dated a local that was from there, and the story she told me, and they're not pretty.
Yeah.
They're not. It was handled terribly. It was a very sad time in a lot of people's lives. And FEMA fucked up.
Yeah.
FEMA fucked up huge. And it's sad to see. And, I don't need anyone coming after me. But like I said, the stories they're brutal. They're
Nobody
absolutely
watches
brutal.
this shit anyway.
I hope they don't. It's just for this.
I mean, if anything, maybe some people will not relate, but they will have gotten to witness it too, and it'll make them feel better.
Yeah.
Because then they know they weren't crazy, that they didn't see this, Sharing these relatable experiences, even how small that relatable group is can be comforting to some people to just let them know
And that's
I
how
wasn't
I go
alone.
for, yeah. And it's like the whole entire, we talk about, the UAPs and all that stuff. And, being out at sea for such a long time, either your mind's playing tricks on you, you don't quite know, you start seeing lights that you don't understand. And my heart goes out to these pilots because we've been told, don't put that in the logs. They're going to think you're crazy.
Yeah.
They're going to put you in a fucking ward because you put these in official logs. And so these pilots out there, man, my heart goes out to them that they actually reported this shit. Like, they ruined their career. They're fucked. So that got deep.
Yeah.
Real
wow.
quick.
You know what? That's all right.
I was just curious, like.
And I got good stories. I got bad stories.
I feel like I don't remember how old I was when Katrina happened, but
What year was it?
05. September of
oh
05.
god, I
Okay.
still would have been in high school.
Yes, I would have been September. I would have been 14 at the time.
Yeah. So that was a year out of high school, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to join the Coast Guard.
Right on.
Was for that reason.
Right on.
See, it sounds like you joined that though for the good reason.
The right
Oh,
reasons.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love search and rescue.
Yeah.
When I was told that I had to do law enforcement, I'm like, this fucking sucks. I don't want to
Yeah.
do law enforcement because guess what? If I catch you with a fucking ounce of weed, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw it overboard. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
We caught underage kids drinking. You know what I said? Pour it out in front of me. Don't get it on my boat.
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit because
You didn't want to ruin people's lives. You wanted to help people.
but when we were kids, how much dumb shit did we do?
I should have been arrested so many times over.
Exactly.
Like, there's a story that I will tell about a deceased friend that I'm so glad the statute of limitations is up on that because I won't tell it on the podcast because it's technically felonies.
Yeah.
But it's still one of those things. It's like, if we had gotten caught, that would have absolutely ruined our lives. But we were doing something dumb and stupid while we were young, and it is a treasured memory for me with that
Right.
friend. And I'm glad that we didn't get caught. But if we did, I would have hoped it was someone who understood and did not
Right.
destroy our lives because so many people's lives are destroyed
Oh,
over
yeah.
something so minor and stupid that everybody does.
And I think that's what the full circle of this comes back to what we were talking about earlier about helping people out.
Yeah.
Because of where we've been.
Yeah.
You want to see everyone as a human, and you want to
Yeah.
treat them as a human.
And we try, except for that asshole in traffic earlier, but
Road rage? Don't even get me started on road rage.
I
Road
don't
rage
have road rage. But this fucking asshole, I may have rolled down the window and told him to go himself.
I've been trying not to have road rage in the loaner. It's so hard. But in my own car that was small and zippy, I rage so hard. I know it's a problem, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I drive in Texas. If you drive in Texas, you understand. Road rage is inevitable.
God, it's terrifying.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
I've driven my entire life in here.
Pretty calm driver, despite.
I say so am I.
I mean, I'm better now than I was. Like, I don't speed like crazy like I used to.
I chill and lean. I'm nice and good.
My favorite story when it comes to like, I don't even know if I'd call this road rage. Kind of. My mom. She's my favorite person on the planet. I love my mom. I'll preface this story with how much I love my mom.
And I get that because my mom's my best friend. So yes, I
remember one time. This really goes to show you, like you know me as a person, and like I act just like my mother. As much as I hate to say that,
But yeah,
so all right. So one time I had to go meet my mom at. We decided to meet at like a grocery store. She had like some documents or something that I needed to pick up from her, whatever. I had a girlfriend with me at the time who had never met my mom before.
scary feeling.
And it wasn't supposed to be like a big deal. Like we were just there. We're going to get the things, get what we need to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
We show up, we pull into a parking spot, sitting there waiting, see my mom come into the parking lot. And it's somebody cut her off in the parking lot. And she pulls into her spot. She gets out of the car. She sees me and the girl that I'm with. And she goes, "Did you see that cut me off?" And I just went,
Oh, jeez, here we go. There it is.
"That's my mom."
Hi, Mom.
And this girl that I'm with, she looks at me, looks at my mom, and goes, "Holy shit."
I see where it came from.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, this is learned behavior."
Oh, yeah.
I remember the first time I met your mom, and it was just kind of like, some things are clicking. Some things are clicking.
It's weird how it happens, though. Especially the older you get and you realize like some of your mannerisms and shit. You're like, fuck, I know where I got that from.
I love my
Yeah,
mom.
she'll
to death,
call
but
me
I'm
a
also calling
dickhead
you
in front of my friends, and they're like, "No, yeah, that checks
yeah,
out."
I'm a dickhead.
She's not afraid to call you on your bullshit, and that's like
No, she's not.
the few times I've I've gotten to meet her. I was like, I just love this dynamic that I get to witness.
No, she's great. Shout out to my mom.
I say mom
rocks.
Well, actually, mom's all around. Like I said, I love
say
my
shout
mom,
out to
so,
moms.
yeah. No, I'm definitely all about that.
Hell yeah. Well, this is probably where we're gonna wrap it up.
That sounds
guys.
good. Yeah, good place
Yeah.
too.
I think it's it's always kind of good to reflect on where we've been, what we've done, where we are, and kind of where we're headed.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's some extreme differences between where we were and where we are now at this moment.
I don't know if I would have liked who I was 10 years ago.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and I mean, that being said, dude, I as always, I appreciate you guys being
Oh,
here.
man.
I
Hey,
appreciate you having us. It's fun to get together and,
Well, Josh, you brought us together, you know, and it's one of those, I would not have met Liz if it wasn't for you. And I've gained friends out of this. I've gained people with like-minded, mentalities, if you will.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you're kind of the puppet master behind this, but you've done a good job.
Yeah.
That is a stressful thing to think about, but
Well, don't think about it, just let it happen. All right?
I say, okay, not so much puppet master, but is orchestrator less?
All right, I'll take that.
Puppet
No,
master.
it's definitely fun, and I love being able to bring everyone together. Our episode with Greg, that was a huge deal for you. You hadn't seen the dude, now there was.
I mean, I'm excited to see it based on how y'all talked about it.
It was a really fun episode. It comes out
It was
probably in a
heartwarming.
week.
Well, I'll be listening to it.
It's probably one of our most industry forward episodes that we've done. But we also talked about a lot of things with some real substance. His own personal struggles and strifes, and he's a incredibly talented, very funny dude. And it was a pleasure having him on.
Yeah.
So you'll enjoy that episode for sure.
I'm sure I will. Like I said, I've been listening to every single one you put out. I've enjoyed all of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like I said, like you
Even,
said,
like,
if you bring out
getting-
like-minded people, and it's kind of
Yeah.
good to hear from all these different people in all these different walks of life.
Yeah, and
Strangers getting together.
I kind of have this feeling that someday More Salt is going to become, it's mostly just going to be like, that's what it's going to be about, is truly just about the people, like not even just the people in the service industry, but just about people.
God, I hope so. I truly hope so.
About humans and our differences and how we come together and are able to accomplish things together.
Yeah.
And I think that's something people in this world right now desperately need to remember, is that like, if we could just come together, we can accomplish so much.
We're all different, and that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
okay.
makes us
It's
smarter.
okay. It's okay to disagree.
Yeah.
It's okay to be different.
I
How it
say
should be.
you don't have to agree with all of your friends,
No.
but looking at them as the human being they are is what ultimately matters.
For sure.
Also, fact check yourself. So don't come to an argument not ready for it.
But yeah, well, I guess with that being said, we'll close this one out. So thank you guys again for joining me.
Thank you, sir.
And so thank you for having
Thank
us.
you guys for joining us for another episode of More Salt. Catch us on the YouTube channel, the Spotify, the Instagram, wherever you can find us.
And as always,
Stay salty, my
salty,
friends.
guys.
Stay salty.